Welcome to another edition of the Postgame Wrap. I'm Jared Johnson, and Texas Tech moved to 3-0 on the young basketball season after a 96-49 victory over Wyoming, and the game was never in doubt. The Red Raiders just dominated. They had these long runs where it'd be like 17-2, or I think they ended the game on a 22-2 run, but game was never in doubt. The Red Raiders looked dominant, and it was probably the best all-around performance so far through these first three games. Texas Tech shot 63% from the field. Let me make sure I get this right. No, excuse me, 64% from the field, 56% from deep. They made 10 threes. They outscored Wyoming by 20. They were plus 20 in the paint. They were plus 21 from deep, and that's a recipe for a huge victory like they had, 96-49. So JT Toppin led the way yet again. Tech's big man they got via the transfer portal from New Mexico in the offseason. He had 24 points and 12 rebounds, and it was a night you felt like he could have had 40 and 20. He just did whatever he wanted to, and man, sky's the limit for JT Toppin. And another thing that obviously stood out was that Elijah Hawkins and Christian Anderson, your 2-point guard, they played for the first time this season, and Tech was noticeably quicker all around on both ends of the court, but also, the offense seemed to move a little better. And those guys are just two more major weapons for you to add to what we saw from those first two games. So just all around great performance. You have D5 doing his thing, his versatile thing. And I really like the back to the basket part of his game that he seems to be incorporating more so far, at least. So the team looked terrific, and they looked great through three games. There's no doubt about that. Rebounding's been pretty good. Shooting's been amazing. Defense has been pretty good, especially in the first and this last game. We'll know more when they face stiffer competition, but there are high expectations if you going into the season from a lot of people, including Mighty Joe and I. If you watched any of our preview videos or our stuff on this channel or Inside the Red Raiders, we had really high expectations. We did a rapid fire preview in this season as well, and definitely looking at a tournament team, maybe a couple rounds deep, or who knows, depending on the draw and how the team comes together and all that stuff. But on paper, we were feeling pretty good about it. But through three games, and the competition has not been strong, don't get me wrong, 3 home games, obviously non-conference, I would say expectations have been raised. Now, they have one more game in this homestand against Arkansas Pine Bluff on Monday, I believe. And then they have the tournament in Brooklyn, and they'll face stiffer competition. So we'll know a little bit more there. They're away from Lubbock, tougher competition. But I think just the dynamic of having JT Toppin, a dynamic scorer inside, who has a plethora of little baby hooks and really quick off his feet, a lefty, which still counts for something even at that high collegiate level. Surrounded by very good shooters. You have some speed now and skill with Elijah Hawkins, who I believe led the country in assists per game last year at Minnesota. But his quickness really just jumped off the court there when you saw him play, and what a difference he makes for the team. But Christian Anderson's a freshman they really like. He looked good, made a couple of threes Wednesday night against Wyoming and played really well. Kevin Overton brings size and athleticism. Devin Cambridge looks good. He looks ready to go. He made at least one, if not 2 threes Wednesday night, and his athleticism and all that. Federico is a rim protector, finisher. I had a couple nice dunks. I had some oops. That's one thing you saw open up was Elijah looking for him, and some alley-oops and stuff like that. And, D5 being the versatile player is. Kerwin Walton, deep shooter, has been playing well. Very experienced player. Chance McMillan, same thing. Very good player. He's a guy who can get a shot at any time off the bounce, but is also a good spot-up shooter, good team player in terms of looking for other guys and will play defense for you. So I'm sure I'm leaving guys out, but that's, it's a really good-looking team so far through 3 games, and I'm ready for them to finish strong, hopefully. I hope it's not, like a letdown against Arkansas Pine Bluff. I hope they play well in that game to finish this 4-game homestand to open the season, and then we'll get more input in the tournament in Brooklyn. So for now, I want to thank you for watching, and until next time.